Welcome everybody to Big Sky Basketball. Idaho State and their Bengal basketball team is in ICCU Arena to take on the Idaho Vandals in Big Sky Conference basketball, as these teams are set for the tip as we speak. Christensen and Malik Porter for the tip, and Idaho gets it off the tip from Christensen. And we started off, and Idaho pressing on the outside, gives it to Solly, and lost it on the outside. Anderson looked like he stepped on the out of bounds, and a quick turnover for the Idaho Vandals as Idaho State takes over with the ball. Taking it up the court and getting it back is Sorensen. He passes it to Smalley. Jared Rodriguez on the end. They're passing it around from the arc down to the post. Malik Porter back out, and Rodriguez hits from deep, and the first points of the game goes to Idaho State. You see Smalley, Sorensen, Kuhl, Porter, and Rodriguez are the starting five for the Bengals. Oh, and that was Mikey Dixon taking it to the rack and getting the foul on the way up. So some aggressive ball handling early on in this one. As Idaho State has the 3-0 lead, and Mikey Dixon, one of the top scorers for this Idaho Vandals team, is at the line, and he sinks his first.
Exceptional free throw shooter, Mikey Dixon. Top couple in the country so far this season have made free throws, and showing why tonight.
Yeah, Idaho has ridden his back time and time again, making sure they get some scoring out of him. And he sinks the second, and the score is 3-2. And the Bengals will take it back up with Liam Sorensen. He checks off to the edge and then back over to the middle. Porter over to Smalley. And then down, they find Porter in the post. Back out from three. That's Smalley from deep. No good, off the edge of the iron. Idaho takes it back up to court. Anderson dishes it out. You see the starters there as Christensen takes it to the rack. Too strong off the glass. Solly, Dixon, Anderson, Rashad Smith, and Christensen at the 5 for the Idaho Vandals. The Bengals back on offense. They're dishing it around and find the post once again on the right side. He serves it back out to Kuhl. Looks like Idaho Vandal defender fell down on him. Tries to get it to the rack, but it's no good. In and out. And it's back to the Vandals. So Trevante Anderson, the ball handler, he gets the high screen from Christensen. Gives it to Solly. And then back out to the corner for 3, no good. That was Rashad Smith from the corner, trying to jack up a 3 there. And back on offense, ball is tipped up in the air, but the Bengals remain possession. And that's Smalley working around the outside corner. Good ball movement by both teams so far on the outside. To the rack, that is Sorensen with the left hand off the glass for some points inside. And it's 5-2 for the Bengals lead.
Sorensen not known for his scoring, but always capable to get to the cup and finish inside.
Yeah, and he'll get it. A lot of chances here tonight. Idaho, way too strong off the glass for Mikey Dixon, but he gets another chance, takes it from the corner, and too strong off the rim from deep. Bengals get the ball back. And they jack up another 3. This time it was Smalley. And a foul is on the play. So no good on the 3 once again. Both teams not afraid to shoot it so far. Got some good three-point shooters on the outside on both offensive units. That foul was on Idaho, so that'll be their first.
Looked like just out of bounds on that one. Looked like Jared Rodriguez got up and was able to force the ball off of Smith on that play.
He inbounds it high and outside to Sorensen. Spin move and finds, in the corner, Smalley hits that one. So already some points from Smalley, getting the ball off the hands in a quick fashion tonight in the Battle of the Domes. Oh, another three, this time from Idaho's. Oh, yeah, that was a little off from Rashad Smith, a bit too strong on that one. Idaho State back with it. Tariq Cool, the ball handler, looking for someone to pass to, finds Rodriguez, who gives it to Sorensen. And they keep dishing it around. They go around the world on the outside of the arc. They find Rodriguez from three, who once again is too strong. And that looked to be a foul in the post. That was on Yusuf Salih. So that is the first foul of the game for the Vandals.
Salih getting a little too aggressive on that box out right there. Unfortunately, didn't really need to either. The play wasn't quite near him, but picks up that first foul there for the Vandals.
Yeah, looking hungry to get that that board right there, and just a little bit too much contact. You can't have that. And looked like they needed to make a substitution, and the refs allowed that to happen. So number 20, Ethan Kilgore, checks in for the Vandals. Another inbounds, high and outside to Rodriguez, who dishes it back to Tariq Cool. He dribbles with the right, a high post move, looking for the screen, takes it to the right anyways, then dishes it off to the big man and gets it back on the outside, dribbles with the left into the lane and beats the buzzer with a short jumper. That was a good piece of offensive basketball right there.
Cool, very skilled on the offensive end, averaging 11 points a game this year. A lot from 2 points, not a great three-point shooter, so you're going to see him being aggressive tonight, getting to the paint.
Yeah. Strong inside presence, and on the other side, you see the same thing with Trevonte Anderson taking it to the rack, and a quick three in transition from the Idaho State Bengals. So another quick three, not afraid to pull the trigger are the Vandals, or are the Bengals, excuse me. Well, both teams, you see Idaho jacking up another one. That was Yusuf Salih with that outside attempt. Now the Bengals find the low post with Braden Parker, dishes it out to Rodriguez, who tries another three and hits another. That from the left outside mark, and a timeout is called as Idaho State with a barrage. 16-4 is the lead. And we will be right back with Big. All right, and we are back with Big Sky Conference basketball. Idaho State taking on the Idaho Vandals. This is their 113th meeting all time. Idaho currently leads the series 61-52. The first meeting was back in the 32-33 season. A lot of history between these two schools. And the last meeting was an Idaho State W, an 81-74 victory at Idaho State not too long ago on January 15th of this year.
Pretty solid matchup down in Pocatello. Idaho actually got up early in that one, but the Bengals came back and built a substantial lead in the second half before the Vandals were able to kind of make things interesting down the last couple minutes. But yeah, Idaho State coming out with the win there.
Yeah, and these are two teams riding the bottom of the Big Sky Conference currently, both at a 2-10 conference record, but both have a lot to prove to themselves and to their players here as the season winds to an end in the coming weeks. But both teams are playing hard here and obviously want to win the Battle of the Dome series. And look to be a foul on the floor there. So Idaho State with the foul, and the Vandals are checking it in, trying to find someone, running that clock down, and they do with Pepple Jr., and he is fouled before he's able to get the ball off into the corner. So already the third foul for the Idaho State Bengals. And so Idaho checks it in. They find Salih. And that one was a travel. Kept his feet moving a little bit too much as he tried to get a move inside to the basket. So Idaho State will get the ball back.
Dixon got a little excited there, had the lane
Yeah.
to the basket, but just went a little too early before putting the ball to the ground.
Yeah, you can tell he wants to get to that glass as soon as possible. High motor on this kid. And 16-4 is the score. Idaho has been putting up a lot of shots early in this one, but Idaho State's just having them fall through the hoop. And so a quick double-digit lead for the Bengals in this rivalry game. It's got to be feeling good for them.
Bengals 31% from 3 in the season, but on fire here so far tonight, 4 of 7 to get things going.
Here is Sorensen trying to find an inside lane, and the ball is kicked out by Mikey Dixon. All right, so Idaho State is inbounding it in. They take it in the back. And Sorensen's driving up. Oh, and here is Rodriguez from deep once again, and another swish. Bottoms for the Idaho State Bengals so far in this one. The lead is up to 15. And Joe, what are you seeing with these threes getting dropped early? This is not a team that's known for their threes. In fact, the Vandals, their opponents, are more so as another travel is called on the offensive end for Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho State, like we mentioned, not known for their threes, but they are on fire here so far tonight. You got to figure Jared Rodriguez excited to be playing back up in Moscow again, averaging 6 points on the season. Already got 9 here so far tonight in a little over 7 minutes, or excuse me, 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Jared Rodriguez on the Bengals has some history here in Idaho, not exactly at the ICCU arena, but with the Vandals program for 2 years prior, as that one drops again for Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez played 2
Right on
seasons
cue.
here with the Vandals, redshirted that first one, and then averaged about 11 during his official freshman year.
Oh, high off the glass, and Pepple Jr. tries to finish it, but it bounces out. Idaho remains possession, and that one is too strong, and a little bit too much contact as they're going for the boards. Pepple Jr. on Rodriguez, as Rodriguez takes a bit of a tumble. And Idaho is on offense once again. Another empty possession for the Vandals. As you see a little bit of strong arm contact there.
Yeah, Rodriguez not the most physically imposing player, but he can go up there and get it when he needs to.
And as we've seen so far tonight, he is a great outside player as well and can put up shots when he absolutely needs to. Oh, a wild pass out to the outside. Keeps it in bounds somehow was Smalley, and he dishes it to Tariq Cool, who tries to go off the left side of the glass, but he doesn't get to the rack. So Idaho, with possession now, taking it up the court is Rashad Smith. He dishes it to Jameel King. Had some great offensive numbers off the bench the other day. And that was Gabe Quinnett from 3 in the corner off the bench, providing a spark for the Idaho Vandals offense. Now the Bengals are back looking for an outside shot, and they find an open one inside in the lane under the basket, but he's not able to control the low pass from beyond the arc. And that was Malik Porter who couldn't handle it, and that goes out of bounds, so Idaho will get the ball now.
Idaho has to be excited to see one of those threes falling in. 1 for 6 so far in the night. That first one going in for Quinnett right there, bringing him in off the bench with the 3.
Yeah, and that is part of their DNA at this point. They need to hit some of those threes. They're one of the strongest teams in the conference as far as that goes, as Joe had mentioned. And it's looking like opposite night right here with the Bengals hitting theirs, as Sorensen gets tied up, or Christensen, excuse me, gets tied up in the post. And so they'll take a quick timeout on the floor. And we will be back with Big Sky basketball after this. Back here at ICCU Arena in Moscow, Idaho, the Bengals have an early strong lead on the Idaho Vandals here in the Battle of the Domes. with two teams. Last place in the Big Sky Conference. As we mentioned, 2-10 conference records, but Idaho has the lead, or has the edge with a 5-17 overall record compared to the 4-17 for the Bengals. And a lot of good scoring offense from the Bengals here. A bit surprising, Joe, to see the Bengals racking up threes like some of the best shooters on Idaho can often do. And it's been a working system for them so far.
Yeah, not exactly what we expected coming into this one, but at this point, obviously head coach Zach Claus on the Idaho side going to need to make some adjustments here. Looks like he's got a couple subs in right now, and we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, Zach Claus in his third season with the Vandals, second as a full-time head coach, but he's got a good thing going with this Idaho Vandals team, especially on the outside shooters, as we were mentioning. And you see, trying to get it inside to Christensen, but got tangled up and fell down, and that ended up being an errant pass. So the Bengals take possession with a 21-7 lead. 11:40 to go here in the first half of basketball. Bengals keep the ball moving on the outside. They dish it off and try to go inside, and nothing doing right there as the Vandals get the ball back.
That Idaho State offense really likes to move the ball, work it around the outside while they have cutters going both directions most times. But unfortunately there just did not work out.
Yeah, lots of ball moving on the outside so far. Both teams very active trying to find a hole. As you see right there, a drive inside and then a long outstretched arm to pass it to the outside to try to get some more of that Gabe Quinnett magic from the corner three. That's what they needed. That was the biggest spark early in this one for the Vandals, for Quinnett to hit that three. But it's back on the Idaho State side, and another good look from three, but that one is way off, hits nothing, and the Vandals get the ball back on a fast break. He tries to put it up 1-on-3, and that was Jameel King, another guy with a really high motor who loves to get to the rack for the Vandals offense. And he gets the foul called on him, so he'll be going to the line for two.
Pretty solid free throw shooter, shooting about 76% on the season. That's on me.
But he misses the first free throw there. And Jameel King, yeah, always trying to get to the rack, a strong finisher. And right here, misses the second. 0 of 2 from the charity stripe. A loose pass, good press defense by the Vandals. Almost loses it, but he finds it back and gets a shot off, a pretty clean look from inside, about 5 feet out, but it rims in and out. And here is another try from the corner, and he hits it. Gabe Quinnett from 3. The spot-up shooter finding his area of expertise, and he is now 2 of 3 from that spot, accounting for 6 of Idaho's 10 points early on. An open look down inside. That was Braden Parker on a great dish from, I believe that was Tarek Cool, and that'll be an and one opportunity for the big man.
Great finish from Parker there, going up for the dunk, gets fouled on the way and able to put it off the glass with his left hand to get the and one.
Yeah, it was a good job. As people were closing in on him, he knew exactly how much time he had and took it with the contact, strong up, kept his hands up by the basket, and sinks the free throw to make it a 3-point play. Idaho State now 24-10 up on rival Idaho. So here's Rashad Smith to the right, and was looking for a crossover, I believe, from Christensen, but it just wasn't there, not on the same page there. A good try from Rashad Smith to try to find an open lane. The Bengals defense definitely was not expecting that, but neither were the Vandals. And there's a good find with the reach around pass and a successful dish to Christensen, who lays it gently off the glass on the right side for 2.
Christensen's exceptional low post scorer. His trouble is usually foul trouble, but if he can stay out of that, he's going to be a presence for the Vandals tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and here he is on the other side, a huge block by Christensen, meeting the Bengals big man, Parker, on the other side. It looks like he did get a bit of his arm, but a lot of ball, and that was quite the movement up top. As we take another look at this, met him high and just on the follow-through, caught him on the head and neck area, but a loud bang from Christensen. And it looks like that's what the Idaho Vandals need, a little bit of energy, a little bit of spark to excite their home crowd for this Battle of the Domes game. And if the shots aren't dropping on the offensive end, they're going to need some plays on defense.
Yeah, I like that hustler right there, too, coming over after being up on the screen. Just unfortunately just a little bit too late there and gets caught on the foul.
So Braden Parker makes the second, and Idaho will get the ball back. Anderson takes it up and dishes it to Peppel, who then finds Mikey Dixon, who goes strong with the right hand, off balance throw off the side of the glass, and it somehow falls in. That was some wild mechanics there from Dixon, but he looked sure of himself as he tossed it up with the right arm.
A very creative scorer, Mikey Dixon. Very capable at the basket, but also capable from outside as well.
Oh, and a turnover straight into the Vandals' hand of Trevonta Anderson. He tries to take it up himself with the left, finds Smith in the corner, and that's a little soft off the inside part of the rim, and looked to be an off the ball foul, or an over the back foul. So
looked like Peppel got a little too aggressive there. Vicentin with a good box out and draws that foul on Peppel there.
Yeah, and Peppel's out of the game. That brings in Michael Hanshoe off the bench. As the Bengals take it up again, Rodriguez over to Cool and back to Sorensen, who finds Smalley across the court. Oh. And some good hands on the defensive board, or the defensive end, by the guy just checked into the game, Hanshaw, and a forced turnover.
Hanshaw doesn't get a lot of minutes for this Vandals team, but when he does come in, he's a capable defender despite his stature.
Oh, Smith, step back three, just a little bit short. Bengals take it up once again with Cool. Looking to slow things down a little bit. Now gets the screen, and it's off the foot of the big man, and a little bit of wrestling for it, and the Vandals come out with the ball. Anderson to the rack. Oh, finds. Oh, Solly from the corner, and it's no good from three. Now another fast break opportunity. Hands all around him. Oh, and Cool tries to do it himself, but he gets tied up, and the foul is on the Vandals. So another timeout on the court. Idaho State is up 26-14 on the Vandals, and you're listening to Big Sky Basketball. Back here at ICCU Arena with the Bengals of Idaho State taking on the Idaho Vandals. And the Bengals are at the line, shooting free throws once again, and Tarek Cool hits it. Tarek Cool, excuse me. One of the more proficient scorers for the Bengals team. Tarek Cool hits 2 of 2 on this trip, and the Bengals now have doubled Idaho's point total, 28-14. Idaho Vandals trying to make something happen here. Finds a man inside, and it rattles home. Once again, for Hanshaw, he's been very productive off the bench in his few minutes.
Nice pass in there from Anderson as well, finding the cutting Hanshaw at the basket.
Absolutely. So Tarek Cool dribbles high with the right hand and off the glass, gets the bounce. And another 2 for Cool.
9 points for Cool already, well on his way to a season average of just over 11.
Javonte Anderson leading the offense here, dribbling with the left. Brings it out to the right side to Yusuf Salih, and he gets fouled. That foul was on Rodriguez. It's the 7th for the Bengals, so Idaho is now in the bonus. Free throws are abound. So Yusuf Salih, another one of these game changers for the Vandals. Hasn't been so successful today, but he does hit that one. They're the first now of 2. Gets his first point of this contest.
Been seeing a lot more minutes of late, got that start tonight. Coach Claus looking for him to be aggressive on the offensive end, but also his defensive side is where he really earns his minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure he'll be active on the outside here tonight. As soon as the Vandals start getting more looks. So far, Idaho State's been very successful in that aspect. And that attributes to their 30-18 lead. That pass, it looked to be misdirected, but that was an errant pass by the Bengals. And so Idaho will take possession.
Little miscommunication there between Parker and Sorensen. Parker thought Sorensen was going backdoor, but just missed the look.
I've seen that a few times tonight from both teams so far. Oh, hard crossover and a pass out to Smith, who goes up to the center court and hits it. That was Yusuf Salih. As I just mentioned, he needs to get some open looks from deep, and that one was perfect, right on the money from the top of the arc for his first field goal in this one. Bengals moving the ball around well once again. They give it to the post with Parker, and a charge is taken by Hanshaw as Parker went a little too strong to try to get that post move and get up with the right hand.
Hanshaw, a very intelligent defender. He knows he's got a bit of a mismatch there in terms of size. He takes that hit, gets to the ground, and draws that foul. Nice work.
Yeah, knew exactly where he was on the court, too. Good footwork. And we've talked about energy here. Those kind of possession plays. Oh, it's a little bit of contact. Oh, a hard screen. That'll be an offensive foul. And possession goes back to Idaho State. But we're talking about the energy that the Vandals need from or for their home crowd here. A lot of passion going into this game for both sides. It's a late season contest between two teams in the in the last and second to last place in the conference standings, but this game means a lot to everyone on the court here. And little plays like that, the charge, and miscommunications, misdirecting passes, everything goes a long way for getting team. Oh, this is a deep three, and that one rims out for Tarek Cool. And the Vandals do get the offense or the defensive board. A little battle for it. That three attempt from Cool, basically on the V of the Vandals logo. Hard movement. And another three. Oh, yeah. Yusuf Salih, another three-pointer. He officially has the hot hand. And the lead is now cut to just 6 points. Bengals trying to respond, and they do not. It rolls out, but they do get the offensive board. Tarek Cool trying to do something. He finds his man underneath, and it's met at the rim by Christensen. Nothing doing on the offensive side, and another wild 3 attempt from Mikey Dixon. And he is fouled, so he'll be going to the line. This is the 9th team foul now for the Bengals. And so you were saying how creative of a shot maker he is. And I guess the teams know that. They hone into that and they meet him. And right now that's working for the Vandals because they'll get to the line every time with that much contact.
No shot's a bad shot for Mikey Dixon. Obviously that one driving into a couple guys there, but able to balance himself in the air and get that shot up, get himself to the line here.
Yeah, that takes a lot of body control. Wondering what his calisthenics are like in the off season. I need to get on that. So here he is from the line, Mikey Dixon. And he makes the first. So the Vandals get a chance to get 2 points on the possession. Cut this lead even further. They've been down ever since the jump in this one, but have made quite the comeback in the last part of this first half. Dixon does sink both free throws. So it's 30-26, the Idaho State Bengals holding on to a lead, and a good find, from outside to under the rim. That was to Sorensen, a great dish by, looked like Cool.
Cool saw that one unfolding the second he picked up that basketball and was just waiting for Sorensen to get to the rack.
Yeah, that was a great read. And a little bit of contact under the belt there from the Vandals. Looked to be Trevante Anderson. And he'll get back to the line. And his first attempt gets drained.
Coach Claus giving Mikey Dixon a brief break here before we hit that next media timeout.
And so he hits both. And the lead is back to 4. Sorensen slowing things down. And more movement off the ball to the corner. Oh, and up and over. A great move there by Tarek Cool to get under the basket, and an open lane on the other end, and the Vandals respond right back with an Anderson 2 off the glass. Beautiful lay on both ends of the court right there. Very entertaining possession for both teams. More ball movement ahead for the Bengals. A little bit of an off-balance pass. He finds, that was Tarek Cool again from the corner. Barely got the pass out to the outside, and then believe that was, it might have been Porter. I don't know who that was, but found him in the corner for another 3-point. Oh, and that one way off the mark for the Vandals. They do get it back. Working behind the arc. Oh, and poked away by Rodriguez, and the Bengals take possession. And an open lane hook. And they get the charge, the Vandals. Oh, good defensive work by Jameel King. That was a lot of action right there. We're gonna take a quick timeout from Idaho Central Credit Union Arena in Moscow, Idaho. We are back here with Big Sky Basketball at ICCU Arena. The Bengals holding on to a close lead against their rival, Idaho Vandals. And the top scorers this season for each team, you see Tarek Cool and Mikey Dixon, a close comparison. Both crossed the 20-point threshold in their last meeting on January 15th. 5 and 16 field goals. The difference, Mikey Dixon, 4 of 4 from beyond the arc compared to shooting 50% from Mr. Cool, and 9 of 10 from the line.
Yeah, both out to a great start here tonight. Cool with 14 points, 5 of 9 from the field, and Dixon 9 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line. He's been aggressive getting to the bucket so far.
Yes, absolutely. You see that Idaho State lead. It's been trimmed in recent minutes, but the Bengals and Vandals are going toe-to-toe on every possession now. Really aggressive basketball, good ball movement, a few hiccups in the passing lanes, but overall, a great job by both teams getting to the rack and getting their man open. So strong moves from the outside. Oh, and a soft dish inside, but an off-the-ball foul by Christensen.
That's tough for Christensen. Obviously, we talked about this earlier. He's got to stay out of foul trouble for the Vandals to have a chance. That's his second on the night. Peppel also sitting on the bench with 2 so far, so we might see Hanshaw here for the next 2:42.
Yeah, and Hanshaw, I mean, he's done what he can tonight. He's been effective off the bench, so if they can ride with him, I think they're fine with that plan. But, yeah, both big men in foul trouble early. That's a tough one to swallow if you're Idaho. Here are the Bengals again. Looking for a man on the outside. Give it to Rodriguez. And back to him. Up strong with the right hand. Runs into Hanshaw. And there you go, another charge by Hanshaw. So great footwork, great instincts to know where he was at and that he was not moving, because there was a lot of contact. Rodriguez just needed one more step to get that shot up with the right arm.
That's exactly right. It's all instincts right there. Just putting himself in the right place to be able to make that play and draw that charge and get Rodriguez out.
So Rodriguez also looking to stay out of foul trouble for the Bengals. They need him in. He's provided some good minutes so far. As Mikey Dixon tries to take a quick shooter from mid-range. Oh, a great block by Jameel King on the other end. As Emmett Taylor III tries to jack up a 3 and is denied. Met at the apex of his shot by Jameel King. Here's Rashard Smith finding King on the outside. Oh, a great move, but a little too strong. Might have expected some contact there, but blew past it under the basket, and he missed everything on a small teardrop. Bengals are back on offense here. Porter over to Cool. Taylor and then Daxton Carr in the game. The offensive end, A.J. Burgeon now steps back and takes a 3 off the mark. Strong and to the right. And a fast break here. Idaho trying to get to the basket. And a long-armed shot block by the Bengals. Daxton Carr, lanky as ever, reached all the way over the body of Mikey Dixon to swat that thing out of there straight off the glass.
Great recovery from Carr to get back on that. Looked to be a little bit of contact on the body, but got the clean block on the ball first and able to get going the other way.
You see on the replay there. Yeah, a little bit of contact with the lower extremities there, but looked to get enough of the ball. Call that a fair block.
I think the official's going to give credit to the defender on that one at all times after a clean block like that up in the air. So,
yeah,
got to give respect to that. Now, Idaho State looking to drop a play here with a minute left.
Yeah, we'll see what they try to do. The threes have not been falling in their favor. Of course, Sali has hit the 2. He also had the pair of corner threes from Gabe Quinnett. But for one of the better three-point shooting teams in the conference, this is not how they wanted to start off their game. Looking into the second half, down 7 points to the Idaho State Bengals, who have run a very effective offense tonight, getting open shots from all around the court. Taking it to the left and back to the right, up to the lane, a dribble crossover, and that is no good off the side of the rim, but it'll remain with the Bengals as the big men were fighting for it down low.
Good work from Vicentin on that one to go straight up there and just contest for the ball while Hanshaw was going for that rebound there. Able to knock it off his hand and get the ball back for Idaho State.
The Bengals inbounding with 41 seconds on the clock. That's tipped away. And Anderson takes it himself, coast to coast, with a great lay, anticipating that high pass. We've seen it a few times over on the left side. trying to just float it over everybody, but he was reading it and got the hops to get up there and give himself 2 points in the box score. 3 seconds separating shot and game clock here. Bengals looking for a shot, and they find one, but it's too strong off the inside rim. A fast break opportunity for the Vandals here, and he gets it. Mikey Dixon with the right hand off the left side, and almost got that one to go on a wild underhanded shot. But that brings us to halftime. Idaho has trimmed the lead of the Idaho State Bengals 37-34. A great contest, exciting basketball here at ICCU Arena. This is Big Sky basketball. Welcome back, everyone, to Big Sky basketball on ESPN. Halftime rolls on here in Moscow, Idaho, with the Idaho State Bengals leading Idaho 37-34. We're going to get into some clips and analysis here of some pretty exuberant plays that have gone on so far in this one. A lot of offense, a lot of transition movement, and exciting plays from both ends of the court. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the first half.
Yeah, it's been a really exciting first half so far. Close game, like you mentioned. Looking forward to looking back and seeing what we saw.
Yeah. So a lot of action from some of the top scorers here. You see Quinnett has taken 2 of those exciting threes from that corner spot that he seems to be really comfortable with. And moving on to Anderson, he's been electric for him, taking it to the rack a couple of times, as well as that off the turnover steal with the high pass, a great fast break opportunity for him. The big man Christensen with that 2, and then the block on the other end really excited the crowd. Didn't get the foul called, but you wouldn't tell by the fans here. You see the 2 on the other end of the court. He's been pretty busy down in the post, keeping his hands high. You also see Mikey Dixon, of course, as always, taking those wild shots and finding the bottom of the net many times. That was some of the playmakers for the Vandals. You see the Idaho State on their side, a little bit top heavy with the efficiency and scoring from their players. More than anything, Rodriguez. You see a couple of pull-ups, and his 3-point opportunities have been plentiful, especially early on in this one. The former Vandal himself carried them in scoring for the first half of the first half. And Rodriguez, jacking up some threes, especially from that left side elbow on the arc. He's looked pretty comfortable from there. Tarek Cool, also, of course, one of the leading scorers on this team, the leading scorer, and showing it tonight. You see, he's been effective on both ends, or both sides of the basket. Yeah, he can hit it from 3. He's jacked up a couple from deep, but getting to the rim. And this was the highlight, the signature play, up and under, around with the right hand off the glass. He's been very gentle each time trying to get the rim in. And so Tarek Cool, been a very important part of this Bengals offense, as you see the stats for both teams heading into the second half here, Joe.
Yeah, obviously Idaho State shooting a little bit better than the Vandals, and then on the 3-point side of things, kind of reverse roles from what maybe we had talked about before the game. 43% for the Bengals and 29% for the Vandals. The glass, battle on the glass, Idaho State also winning in that department, but also turning the ball over a little bit more, which is going to bode well for the Vandals, who need to turn the other team over and get into that open court to have some success in the offensive end.
Yeah, overall, pretty even matchup here so far against 2 teams neck and neck at the bottom of their standings in the Big Sky. A few offsetting stats that make this game such a close one. The lead, of course, only 3 points for Idaho State. And the turnover game, as you mentioned, that's going to be a big part of this one going forward. You've seen a few errant passes off some miscommunication for both teams, and they're going to be trying to limit that, obviously. And to get us set for the second half, we have Idaho State and Jared Rodriguez inbounding to Liam Sorensen. So the second half is underway at ICCU Arena. The Bengals on offense. Rodriguez out back to Rodriguez, and another three-point attempt we were talking about. That one's off the back of the rim. So nothing doing for the Bengals there. Idaho will take possession.
Idaho State going back to what worked for them early in the first half as well, finding Rodriguez open for three.
Yeah, it seemed to be that's where they were talking about in halftime, as they slowed down as the half went along with their outside shooting. Christensen trying to make some post moves, works all the way around Malik Porter in the post, and finds the two off the glass with their right hand.
Porter, a bit of an undersized big. Christensen really took advantage of that on that possession. He was patient, got his shot up where he wanted it.
And here's a three attempt from Idaho State, another one that's off the mark. It's kept in bounds by Idaho and Rashard Smith, and he finds Christensen, who gets it back out to Trevante Anderson, working across the court, dribbling with the left hand now, finding his spot, and a high pass across, stays in the hand of Salih, who gives it to Dixon, who then finds Anderson once again. And he's dribbling at the top of the key and gets to the basket, but doesn't have enough on it to slide into the rim off the glass. Bengals are back on offense, driving. Rodriguez for three, he hits it. Jared Rodriguez, another three-pointer. Idaho State hits 40 points early on in the second half. And Christensen tied up at the post, but he does not care. He takes it high and in tight and slams it home for the 2 points.
Vandals really taking advantage of that mismatch size-wise with Christensen on the offensive end and working so far here in the second half.
Yeah, Christensen, the more traditional five spot at the college level. Porter, more of a hybrid 3 or 4. Active hands in the passing lane for the Vandals defense. The pull-around fadeaway jumper from Rodriguez is in. That was a nice, sweet-looking move right there from Rodriguez, who has controlled the ball in the scoring department here for the Bengals so far in the second half.
Leading the way for the Bengals so far today with 16 points. He looks very comfortable on the court here tonight.
Yeah, almost like he's played in this city before. The Vandals on offense. Anderson finds Smith in the corner. A lot of contact. No foul is called, as that one is too strong off the opposite side of the rim. A return three from the Bengals is no good. That one was from Smalley, and it goes back into the hands of the Vandals here. Oh, and a lot of action down low, swatted away. Back out to Sorensen, who gets to the glass, but is met at the top and cannot finish with hands in his face via Anderson. A three on the other side is good from Mikey Dixon.
And that play started with some great defense from Trevante Anderson. Definitely undersized going up there, but completely vertical. Gets the stop on the defensive end to get going to Mikey on the other way.
Versatile scorer Mikey Dixon finally gets that three to land, and he was happy about it. The lead is now only 1 point. This is the closest the Vandals have been since about tip-off, as the Bengals respond right there with a tough 2-point conversion. A nice spin move under the basket and laying it off the glass from the left side. Christensen has it in the high post, dishes it off to Anderson. Dribbles with the left, finds Salih from deep, tries to make that magic happen, but it is way too strong. And to the left, misses the rim entirely, and the Bengals have the ball again.
Good contest from Cool on that play as well, able to stay clean and not draw the foul.
And here's a hard push to the basket by the Bengals, and Tarek Cool loses it, and it's into the hands of the Vandals. Anderson, up and around, and finds it with the right hand. Timeout is called. An onslaught by the Vandals in getting to the basket. That was picture perfect by Trevante Anderson. Hanging in there are the Vandals here, 44-43. Some great work inside by the guards. And we'll be right back here with Big Sky Basketball on ESPN+. Back here with Big Sky Basketball on ESPN+ from Idaho Central Credit Union Arena. You take a look at the Big Sky Conference standings. These two teams, as we've mentioned prior, riding the bottom of the conference standings so far. Idaho with a small lead in overall play, but Weber State hanging on to this conference by a wide margin, although Montana State is doing a great job of streaking. As the Bengals get right to it with a basket right under the rim was the big man once again.
Great find on that play from Sorensen, getting it over to Parker for the layup.
Yeah, Parker's definitely had his presence felt when he's in this game. You see Jameel King driving with the right, spinning back to the other side. Looked to be a pass over to Michael Hanshaw for 2. So extending those productive minutes for Hanshaw. He's been pretty impressive off the bench on both ends of the court.
And he's making the most of his very limited action here. 4 points, 2 of 2 from the floor, and then those 2 big charges that we saw earlier.
Absolutely. Sorensen dishes off to Rodriguez, who finds Parker in the middle and lays it high off the glass with the left hand, and that one drops in.
Doesn't look like Parker's going to get tricked on that charge again. He knows how much he can hit at this point, and still be able to get a shot off.
Here is a jumper that is no good from Javonte Anderson. You see the field goal numbers. Only 44%, now 43 from the Idaho side, just under 50 for the Bengals. And a big one in this one, as you see another 3-point shot made for the Bengals. That is their 8th compared to Idaho. They are 5 of 17 from 3, a team that's usually pretty solid. They'll be looking for more opportunities beyond the arc here. Most definitely, especially Yusuf Salih. And here he is, taking it to the rack, loses the handle, but it rolls into the hands of Javonte Anderson, who just doesn't find it from the corner. That was quite an accidental look from the Vandals. The Bengals back on offense, active hands there from Gabe Quinnett on Rodriguez. That is a reach-in for Quinnett. That's his first foul. And we have another timeout here on the court. Idaho State, 51-45 over the Idaho Vandals. We are going to be right back with Big Sky Basketball on ESPN+. Back at it with the Battle of the Domes here. Idaho State taking on Idaho Vandals. You see the coach of Idaho State, Ryan Looney, in his 3rd season at Idaho State, unimpressive 25-50 record overall and 4-17 this season, but he's been very successful as a head coach at the Division II and NAIA levels, a 7-14 winning percentage with his other teams, and comes here with a lot of success with Point Loma. That is a turnover by his Bengals, losing the handle right there on the corner as the Vandals come up with it. Let's see what happened here. Oh, and a close call. It could have gone either way, but that was off the hand of the Bengals. That is Quinnett trying to get to the basket, but too short off the right side. Here's a response 3, and it is good by the Bengals. Tarek Cool once again from downtown.
Tarek Cool with his 4th 3-pointer of the night. That's going to tie a career high for him.
Great shooting night for Mr. Cool. And look to be a turnover for sure. That was on Christensen. So an off-the-ball foul. And the Bengals get possession right back. Sorensen gives a slap on the ball. Working beyond the arc again. Sorensen into the post with Parker. Dribbles with the right, backs up Christensen, dishes out to Sorensen from 3, and it's no good, short off the front iron. Back out from Cool, and that one almost got the roll, but that is no good. Vandals get it back. Mikey Dixon, a step back three, right on line, but it is too short. Bengals hurrying things up here with Sorensen, and then dishes back out to Rodriguez. And now they'll slow it down a bit. A lot of action here. Sorensen strong with the left. Finds Cool underneath. And Jameel King draws the charge. Strong foul there by Terry Cool, bodying him up. And a timeout is on the floor. So we'll get a break from play here. Fast pace, a lot of energy. I think both teams are feeling the pressure now with things heating up. The house has gotten even more packed as this second half has rolled along after halftime.
Yeah, great late crowd for the Vandals here tonight as the student section really started to fill up. Got the free T-shirts given out today.
Yep.
And then, yeah, hadn't turned around a little bit, but a good crowd behind us as well.
Yep. Yeah, no, good series. Battle of the Domes. As I mentioned, they've met over 100 times. In between these two teams, they've had times of dominance on both ends. Right now, or as of late, Idaho has been controlling, but of course in this game you see the opposite happen just from the Bengals perspective on offense. They've been doing the three-point scoring that Idaho is known for. As we take another look at the standings there, you mentioned they're straddling the bottom, but there's a lot of pride going into this game. It's the battle for Idaho, and each team wants to win this badly.
Still a lot to be played for as well. I mean, competing for the 9th spot right now is coming into these last 3 or so weeks of the season. Positioning is very important. Pretty unlikely you're going to be able to catch up and get into that top 5 and get that bye, but trying to find a good matchup here heading to that first round of the tournament down in Boise in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and you know anything can happen down there. They can inch past Sacramento State, Northern Arizona. And as I mentioned, Montana State just on a killer run, 9-game winning streak. And they're powering forward towards Weber State. They're trying to catch them at the top. It'll be an interesting finish in the Big Skies. Absolutely,
keeping things interesting as we come up toward the last little stretch of the season here, and I think that's what everybody in the basketball community wants to see. A couple good games down the stretch here as teams are fighting for a championship.
Yeah, a lot of great teams have come out of this conference in the past. Weber State's looking to be the latest and get a bid into the NCAA tournament with a win in the Big Sky tournament coming up here soon, as we mentioned. But as for business here, we got the two teams from Idaho battling it out, trying to see who can come up with the most effective possessions. And Idaho gets the first crack at it coming out of the timeout. It's Smith over to King, out to Mikey Dixon to the right side. This is the play they drew up in the timeout. And it's back out to Mikey Dixon, a long two-pointer, and he hits it on the way down to the ground, takes the contact, and finishes right in front of the three-point line.
Now, one of those shots that you're saying, don't take it, but then it goes in, you're happy about it.
And Mikey Dixon definitely has a lot of those in his repertoire. And the Bengals answer right back with Emmett Taylor III off the glass, and it looks as though he got the call on that one going up. So it'll be a chance for a three-point play for Taylor III in his limited minutes off the bench. We've called his name a couple times. Certainly active. Crowd riled up for his attempt, and it does rattle home. So three-point play successful, takes the lead back up to 10 for Idaho State in the blink of an eye. The Vandals are down deep once again. Jameel King trying to find his big man inside, and he does. The post moves are evident, dribbling with the left hand, and the hook shot goes in from straight away by Christensen. A great job there of being patient and finding his space to take that shot.
Calm and poised, got to his left hand over his right shoulder. Great finish from Christensen.
And that's been a great matchup so far with him, with Parker and Christensen down low. You see the points in the paint there evened up. We've seen mismatches on both ends depending on who's on the court. There's some contact there with Jameel King. So got a lot of ball, but it was a little too close to the face for King, and Taylor goes right back to the line as he tried to drive in on the left side for that one. Sinks the first free throw. Anderson is back in for Quinette as he got his minutes in. And 3 of 3 is Emmett Taylor the third. So making it count. Vandals back on offense. Gives it to Christensen. High. Looking for his guard inside, didn't work. And is back out to him and tries to yam it home, but he's met with some arms up there and it doesn't fall through. Taylor the third, jacking up the three, and he gets it. As we were just saying, he's making a lot of his limited minutes here, and he seems to have the hot hand for the Bengals.
No points early, and 8 points here in the last just about minute and a half here for Taylor.
Oh, lost the footing for the big man. That opens up a three opportunity, and that is taken by Trevante Anderson.
Certainly not time to panic for the Vandals, but definitely going to need to see some more threes like that falling to try to get back in this thing down 10, under 10 to play.
Absolutely, and it's very evident the Bengals are not letting off the gas. So those threes from a team that is pretty solid from outside will need to hit them. That one is off the mark for Parker. And the battle for the rebound ends in a whistle. That's the 5th team foul for the Vandals. A little bit of contact there.
Just the first on Anderson. I don't think Coach Claus is going to be too worried about that at this stage in the game.
No, he's good, and he's definitely a playmaker that they're going to want in at this point. But 5 team fouls for the Vandals compared to 1 for the Bengals. That's the opposite of the story in the first half. And that's not a good formula for coming back in a game, because you want to be aggressive as all get out. As Rodriguez takes it, jab step, takes it to the right, spin move, post back up, and it's back out beyond the arc. Cool takes it a little hezzy and lays it off the glass from the left side with the right hand. Tough shot there by Tara Cool.
Great finish.
And another timeout.
Great finish from Cool on that one, getting to the basket. Obviously that's part of his game. We've seen him do that a ton here so far tonight. Leading the way with 20 points. Make it 22.
Yeah, great movement. Stay in the air and get that ball. Keep it down so no hands can get on it, and then laying it off the left side of the glass. He's been a difference maker for the Bengals. He has been all over our call sheet. We've said his name quite a few times.
Shooting a great percentage, 8 of 15 from the floor. Like we mentioned earlier, 4 3-pointers. That ties a career high from him. He's not, like we mentioned, not known for his 3-point shooting. He's more willing to go to the basket and try to get the layups, but having a great night shooting the ball today.
Yeah. So, with that being said, Tarek Cool, he is now 5 points away from tying his career high with a very effective night here. So we'll be on the lookout for that. The Bengals guard really feeling it. Here's Anderson off to Dixon, who does take the three, and that one does not land. He liked the spot. Oh, and a turnover straight into the Vandals' hands. Dixon fakes the three, goes to the basket, but it rolls off. He does not get the spin, and that is a foul. I believe that was on Tarek Cool. The Vandals will retain possession with 20 on the shot clock. Christensen will take it. Or Anderson. Christensen in the post. He'll get it. Making his moves on Parker. Dishes it back out to Anderson, who hits from 3 straight away. Gets the downtown shot to drop. And that's why we were just talking about him staying in the game. At this point, it doesn't matter how many fouls he's got. He is going to be on the ball a lot for the Vandals in this home stretch. And another foul. So Christensen, the big man, it's going to be a little bit more foul trouble for him. As we mentioned, Pepple got a few early, but we'll be back right here with Big Sky Basketball on ESPN. Back here at ICCU Arena in Moscow, Idaho. The Bengals getting back out to a pretty healthy lead over the Vandals here. Teams tied. Teams are tied in the standings, but the Bengals had a great game recently against Montana. It was their first win over the Grizz in 22 attempts. Their big 20-point win was sandwiched in between a couple of pretty bad losses, so a little bit of extra motivation there, and it looks like some extra motivation for them tonight against their in-state rival, Idaho Vandals. A two-step over to the glass is not good by Cool. And a fast break opportunity here for Mikey Dixon. He lays it in with the right hand. Fresh out of the timeout, he has that gas pumping.
Under 8 to play, Vandals need to get going as quickly as possible here to try to chip into this lead as much as they can.
Absolutely, both teams high motor. Revin Parker on the outside over to Cool. And he will try to take it to the rack, loses his footing and the ball, and a lot of contact. Possession arrow will determine it, and it looks like it'll go to the Bengals.
Looked like they got that call on the foul call on Salih on that one. That's a tough call for the Vandals with that official behind the play, but going to be sending the Bengals to the line here.
Yeah, a tough foul on Salih there, trying to get the ball out of the hands.
Yeah, the official behind the play there, the one making that call. That's interesting.
Well, nonetheless, the free throw is now good as Idaho State is in the bonus. Plenty of fouls going for the Vandals here in the second half. 7 on the team. 2 of their big men are struggling with that as we speak. Christensen, of course, with his 3rd. So he has to sit on the bench for a little bit. Once again, Hanshaw has had productive minutes, so he's back in it, and I'm sure they're comfortable with him. Anderson jacks up a 3, and it's off the mark. Back into the hands of Idaho State. It's clear the coach is going with Tarek Cool down the stretch here. He's had a heck of a night, going for a season high in points. He's 5 away from that. And possession will go back. Oh, it'll stay.
Looks like we got a little bit of confusion on the court here. One official calling it for Idaho State. The others going back down the other way.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what they all saw. All right, and it is Vandals. Vandals basketball. They'll be inbounding it from their own hoop. So Smith will get it into Anderson here. 66-57 the score. 6.5 to play here in this one. Dixon gets it off to Christensen down in the post. Some more moves off to the right. Doesn't like what he gets. Trying to go back to the left, so they take it back outside. Smith, contact. They try to get the charge. And Smith loses the handle, but it'll be a defensive foul, so the Vandals will retain possession. Finds Dixon on the outside, drives with the left, finds Christensen inside and slams it home.
Good look from Mikey Dixon on that play, bringing the defender toward him and tossing it over the top for Christensen for the dunk.
Tanner Christensen always looking for that violent action on the rim. Gets a good look there. Here's Sorensen on the other end. Finger roll is good for another 2 points from number 1 on Idaho State.
Just bully ball from Sorensen on that one. Had the mismatch with Dixon guarding him and just took it to the cup.
Christensen out to Smith from 3, rims out. Almost had that one. As we mentioned, the Vandals will be looking for those outside shots to try to get back into it. Can be considered their strength when they absolutely need some shots to fall. Here is Cool from 3, sinks it from the left side. That's another 3-pointer for Cool.
New career high for him in 3-pointers with 5, and now tying his season best, 27 points on the night.
Heck of a night for Cool as the ball goes off the foot. Javante Anderson. So if they call it a kickball or... Quinnett is in for Rashad Smith. On the Vandal side, Bengals trade big men. Zach Vincentin is in for Braden Parker. Christensen gets the inbound pass high. Dumps it off to Jameel King, who gets the roll off the right side of the glass.
Fancy finish from King there, driving to the basket, keeping it in his right hand with the scoop shot there for the bucket.
Working to his strength of quick vertical movement, getting to the basket and getting himself a good shot, just enough space to have a shot he's comfortable with to lay it in. Sorensen now takes the 3, and that one's short. And a foul on Idaho as they're going for that rebound. A little bit of a jersey pull from Christensen, but that one goes the other way.
Looked like Vicentin kind of pushed him in the back on that one as Christensen was getting ready to jump. Kind of got him with the elbow in the back there. Ref was able to see that and make the call.
Yep, and he's right back onto the bench as Parker, after a quick breath, gets back out on the court. Here's Anderson taking it to the left side. Looking for someone beyond the arc. Quinnett. Here's Jameel King. Oh, and the pass is intercepted here by Sorensen. Spin move, trying to get it off. A hand gets on the ball, but the pass gets back to Sorensen, and then to Cool, who finds Sorensen cutting to the basket, but it's too strong. Had a great look under the basket there, but couldn't finish. And back with it is Jameel King on the Vandals side. And here is Solly wanted it, gives it to the postman, Christensen, who sends it home. And another 2 points for big number 32. Crowd is getting into it now. Clock's winding down, 3.5 minutes left in this one, in the Battle of the Domes. Post moves, and off to Austin Smalley for the 2. Haven't heard his name called in a bit, but he gets the roll. Back with it, and no good with the 3 is Yusuf Salih, trying to find that look from beyond the arc. Bengals back with it and dishing it to their guards, and off to Rodriguez on the wing. And an off-ball foul against, I believe that was Quinnett, on Christensen. So that's his fourth. He's going to have to ride the bench for a little bit. And we're going to take it to a break. We'll be right back here at ICCU Arena with Big Sky Basketball. Back in ICCU Arena, Idaho State Bengals leading the University of Idaho Vandals here in the Battle of the Domes. Just under 3 minutes to play here in this one. And the big man Christensen doing a lot of work for him here. He has 12 points on 6 of 8, being very effective down in the post, and 6 boards as well, but in a lot of trouble with 4 fouls.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Our stats are saying 5, but he's still on the court, so I think we're going to go with 4. But he's going to have to keep his feet and stay vertical if he's going to stay in here for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're trying to take their best players out there on the court because they need to come back and win this game. So as far as they see it, Christensen, even with the foul trouble and people are going to be attacking him down low, coach sees that as the best way for them to be successful in this home stretch. 3 minutes exactly on the clock as Parker for Idaho State takes the free throw. And after a few bounces, rims out, and the Vandals have it. Looking to do something on the other end of the court.
Can't have any empty possessions if you're the Vandals at this point. Got to score every time up.
No, Anderson taking the ball in, and Yusuf Salih back out to Smith. Getting it into the post. Christensen with 4 fouls, going up strong, and a hand on it is Parker swatting it out. And possession will stay with Idaho.
Great quick hands from Parker on that play to stop what would have been a guaranteed bucket from Christensen.
Yeah, once Christensen gets the hands high, there's not much you can do to stop it, but finding that low was a good move by Parker. Anderson with the left, switches to the right and banks it home. Another great shot created by Anderson. A little quick foul on the inbounds here. So that is another one on Anderson. That's only his second. Pleading to the refs. And they will take another look at this here. Anderson was saying he got something on the face there. And we'll try to get another look at this one. Not much there.
You know, but they're always going to take a look at that, see if he kind of came across with his elbow on that one when he swung through. I didn't see a lot there. I don't think they're going to do anything with it, but you never know. Yeah,
it was a little bit of a violent swing as he was trying to cross the body, but it didn't look like it affected either of the players much. But yeah, we'll see what the decision is. It's kind of a toss-up for me. They'll probably roll with it, but good that they're taking a second look. Every possession counts significantly here. 2:21 left to play in this one. Idaho State Bengals holding on to that 73-65 lead. Trying to turn the tides in this Idaho State series. As we mentioned there, fans getting into it. I love that there's a family atmosphere here. You know, you have the college student section, and they're packed up, but a lot of the families here are loving the action as well.
A great night for a game of basketball on the Palouse. Beautiful day outside, actually, as well. And fans really turned out here for the Battle of the Domes, especially the student section looking really, really good tonight. Yeah,
absolutely, coming for those free shirts. And they look good out there. But yeah, weather's getting better out here on the Palouse. Hopefully we'll see more people coming out to the beautiful brand new Idaho Central Credit Union Arena here in Moscow. It's quite the scene.
And Vandal fans will get to see the Vandal men at home a ton here over the next couple weeks. Yep. We were looking at 6 of 8 at home here to close out the rest of the season. Lots of opportunities.
Yeah. So they're Still checking to see if Anderson did get hit in the face as the ball handler was trying to transition over to that left side.
It's a big moment for the Vandals. They're able to get this call here, put somebody on the line and get the ball back, and really able to chip into this lead. But otherwise, we're going the other way for a couple free throws for the Bengals.
Yeah, 9 team fouls already for Idaho. Not what they had in mind. But you don't think they're talking about a flagrant, do you? It was a basketball move.
Anytime you're talking about an elbow to the face, that flagrant one phrase is going to come up. Whether or not that's what they call, I don't know. But anytime you see that elbow going to the face, making contact in around the eyes, it's going to be pretty likely to me that they're going to make that a flagrant. But then again, I don't know that I really saw much contact there, so I'm not sure we're going to get out of this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, neither of the players really reacted. So that's what makes this a really tough call for the officials, because they are now talking it out. Both teams waiting anxiously to see what comes out of this discussion of the three officials. Student section getting riled up now. And so the decision is in. They were looking at it for a flagrant foul, but they're staying with the common foul, basketball move. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Idaho State going first. And their leading scorer, having a great night, is Cool, who misses it after a couple bounces. The Vandals take possession.
Vandals really need to capitalize here, get a bucket, and again, only down 8 right now, still plenty of time.
Yeah, don't be surprised if they look for that open shot outside. But they find Christensen a high pass down low, and a little bit of contact. And that's going to go against the Bengals. And so the Vandals get possession back. They are feeding the big man down low. And with the left hand, does not get that one to roll off the glass. So there's that empty possession that you're talking about them not needing. Trying to find the big man with 4 fouls.
Idaho State's got to do what they've done well so far during this game. I give it back to Cool, let him do his thing.
Active hands there by Rashad Smith, who takes it himself off the back of the iron. And nothing doing there. A great attempt with the active hands getting in that passing lane, getting the basket, but nothing to show for it. And now a timeout is called on the floor. So the lead remains 8 points. Idaho State Bengals. And we're gonna take it to a break here from ICCU Arena. This is Big Sky Basketball on ESPN+. Back here with it, Big Sky Basketball. Idaho State leading 73-65 in the Battle of the Dome series. These two Idaho universities, long storied history, and Idaho will be trying to come back and excite their home crowd. The Idaho State Bengals holding the ball, trying to keep this win intact. Cool tries to get to the basket. The follow through by Parker is good. So the quick tip in works for the big man, number 25 from the Bengals. Anderson finds Smith. Then to Salih. Over to Mikey Dixon, and an errant pass looking to find Rashad Smith under the basket. Look to be tipped away, so it'll stay with the Vandals.
Under a minute left here for the Vandals. We're getting to that point where it's going to be a lot of threes to try to get back into this. Hoping they fall for the Vandals.
Yeah, Vandals will be looking for open shots. Bengals will be looking to stop those. And if we don't see a 3 here soon, we might be looking at fouls the rest of the way. Mikey Dixon, that patented wild shot with the right arm, trying to get it in, but misses it. He is fouled on the play.
Good opportunity here for the Vandals to get a couple points while the clock is stopped. That's the best bet for them now. With one of the best free throw shooters in the country going to the line.
Yeah, Mikey Dixon, that is who you want at the line in this situation. And being in the bonus now, that'll help a lot. And he hits the first, as he does. 87% from the line on the year. So very consistent for Mikey Dixon. Got some substitutions. Hanshaw, number 0, is back in for Idaho. See what he can do. He's been very good for the Vandals in his minutes. Mikey Dixon hits both of them. Brings them back within 8. And we'll see what both teams cook up here for the final few possessions. Cool is going to be inbounding it, looking for Sorensen. Oh, almost tipped away from Anderson. Sorensen driving up to the basket with the right hand, and now looking to run that clock. Cool with the left over to the right. Back to the left, and he's fouled before he goes up. But it does not matter. He's going to the line anyways. 43.9 left on the clock. And the Bengals' best shooter is now going to the charity stripe. Looking to add to his season high in points. And doesn't get it on the first. Christensen's back in for the Vandals. Meanwhile, Porter, and it looks like Daxton Carr is back in for the Bengals. Haven't seen him in a while. And the second one rolls in for their leading scorer, Tarek Cool. Vandals back, aggressive, trying to get to the basket. They do with a teardrop. It's no good, but a foul is called.
And with that free throw just a moment ago from Cool, that's officially a new season high for him with 28.
Yeah, just a great night for Cool all around. Getting to the basket as he does, but opening up his shot selection and finding some good looks from deep as well.
He scored from everywhere tonight, inside, outside, was efficient from the line. Obviously saw a miss there, but just a great night overall.
And Anderson misses his first from the line. He'll be trying to sink this free throw, and then play tight press defense. Hoping to not have to foul intentionally yet. Are the Vandals, as they'll try everything to stop Idaho State from pressing down the court and getting to the basket, or at least close to it, so they can control the possession and run out this clock. There's the intentional foul by Sali.
It looks to be a bit of confusion among the Vandal defense as to who's supposed to take that foul and when, but yeah, inside 40 seconds there. Once they get across half court, I think you just got to make that play and put them on the line.
Yep. Tarek Cool. This is the first. Working on that season high night against their rival. Pretty solid time to have your best shooting output of the season when it's in the Battle of the Domes against your rival opponent in the University of Idaho Vandals. He misses both, though, from the line. Vandals get a little bit of a spark trying to get to the basket with this one. Anderson taking it up to the right, and it is denied. Looked like a finger or two got on there by Daxton Carr. Meanwhile, successful on the other end of the Bengals. And the shot clock is turned off. High off the glass. Dixon does get it to fall. Clock's running down here, another intentional foul, but right now, 8.9 left on the clock. Idaho State up 78-70. And it's looking like the Bengals are gonna come out of ICCU Arena victorious.
Yeah, I mean,
the University of Idaho.
8-point lead here, 9 seconds left. There's not much the Vandals can do, but Sorensen looking to add to his 6 points on the night here with 2 more free throws.
Yeah, looking to pad those stats a little bit, and he does with the first. Sorensen, another playmaker tonight. This is the second. The Vandals will try to get something into the scorebook. Does not happen. Christensen doesn't hit the last shot, and the Idaho State Bengals come out of the Battle of the Dome with their win over the University of Idaho. They now take over that second to last spot, and Idaho is at the bottom of the Big Sky Conference in basketball. So Idaho State with a 9-point win with the University of Idaho Vandals, and we will be waiting on the banner ceremony as Idaho State will celebrate their win in the Battle of the Dome series.
Great overall night. Tara Cool scoring a season high 30 points, 10 and 19 from the floor, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, 5 and 9 from the line. Filled up the stat sheet as well with a couple boards, 3 assists and 2 steals. Just an exceptional night from an exceptional player. It was fun to watch. Here we have the presentation of the banner. Become kind of a tradition between Idaho and Idaho State, and really any sport whenever they play. Getting together after the game with the winning team celebrating with a banner, and then at the end of each year, the winning school gets to take home a nice trophy.
Yeah, it's always nice to play for. If you're one of the players on this team, you know, riding the bottom of the conference standings for most of the season, but this gives you a little extra juice and, of course, bragging rights to defeat your in-state rivals as they celebrate in the middle of the court at ICCU Arena. Idaho State Bengals are victorious, 79-70 over the University of Idaho Vandals. I am Vaughn Druin for Joe St. Pierre and everyone at the ESPN Plus crew. This has been Big Sky Basketball. All games airing on the